my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with the continuation of our corner to corner join as you go project. All right, so we have our pre-existing square, very good. And like I said, we need to keep in mind where we started, which was in this little corner right down here, where we have our slip knot. And up here is where we pulled out the end from our last stitch of this first square. So grab your square, grab your new yarn, which I'm again using Red Heart, no, not Red Heart Super Saver. I'm using Lion Brand Pound of Love for this particular demo, and I'm using a size 5.5 crochet hook, size I. All right, so now to start in, so that we can continue on this first tier going from right to left, we're going to start in this corner down here, okay? Now, like I said, this was where we first started. This is where we snipped, and we're going to start in this corner right here. All right, now, what I found works best is if you insert your hook not in this loop, but actually right into here, because you're trapping your yarn into that stitch, you see? And this makes for some really nice, clean edges, okay? So insert your hook and grab your new yarn and pull up a loop like so. And from here, start by chaining up. All right, so going to chain up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then like we were doing before, going to do a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook, which you should be familiar with by now if you've done the first square with me, and then double crochets into the next 2 chains for a total of 4 double crochets. And right in there. Now do not worry that this end is a little loosey-goosey. You can always make it tighter and then sew in the ends later, no big deal. All right, so we've got our first block. Now going to turn the work, and we're going to slip stitch into, now, okay, there are 2 ways in which you can go about doing this. You can slip stitch into the space, which, yeah, it's viable. However, me personally, I think it just looks neater if you actually slip stitch into this stitch where we connected. And how I have found is, again, see, there's that little loop of yarn right there. If you stitch into that space right here, ultimately, it makes it a lot neater, more concise, and slip stitch right into there, like so. You see? Okay, so from here, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then again, slip stitch. Again, you could go into the space or you could go into the stitch, which is my preferred method, like so. Then chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, turn the work, and then 3 double crochets into this space right here. 1, 2, and 3. Then slip stitch into the space of your first block, like so. Chain up 3, then 3 double crochets into this space. And however you decide to do your slip stitches when you're joining, whatever works best for you, by all means. I am not a dictator, but I am somebody who likes to share my experience and what I found works best for me. Okay, so we have our first 2 rows done, and we shall continue on doing the join as you go. Alrighty. All right, so moving right along, footloose and fancy free, we're going to go on to our 3rd row of the pink. So start by chaining up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. And double crochet into the next 2 double crochets. Sorry, double crochet into the next 2 chains. Excusez-moi. All right. I'm entitled to a little faux pas every now and then. All right, so we've got our 4 double crochets. Turn the work. Slip stitch into this space here. Chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 double crochets into this space. 1 and 2 and 3. Going to be going a little bit faster because the technique is exactly the same as our first block. The only difference is when we're actually joining. All right, so from here, slip stitch into the top of this space here. Chain up 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 double crochets into this space right here. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3. All right, then we need to slip stitch once again. So, because we need to connect this, so slip stitch. What I like to do is, again, I like to slip stitch right there. Right there. Makes it nice and neat. So slip stitch right there. Okay. Right into that space. Chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. And then what I like to do is I like to slip stitch into this space. You know, not into the slip stitch, but I like to actually slip stitch into this space for a change when you're at the edge, like so. Okay, because again, you can tighten this gray one up, no problem. All right, so from here, chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, turn the work, 3 double crochets into this space, 1 and 2 and 3. Pull out some more yarn. Okay, slip stitch into the top of this block. Chain up 3. 3 more double crochets into this space. Oop. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into the top of the next block. Chain up 3. Excuse me. 3 double crochets into this space. Okay. And then slip stitch into the top of this block. Chain up 3. 3 double crochets into this space. All right. So again, we have 4 by 4. And so now it's a matter of doing the decreases, which really is the same exact thing as how we did the decreases for the gray block. But you know me, I can never leave well enough alone, so we are going to do that together. Alrighty. All right, so we shall continue on with the decreasing of this square. Alrighty, so to do the decreasing for the pink block, because we don't want to go out any further or up any further, going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, turn the work. And instead of going up, we're going to slip stitch into the space of that block, like so. Chain up 3. Then 3 double crochets into this space. 1 and 2 and 3. Slip stitch into the top of the next block. Chain up 3. 3 double crochets into this space. 1 and 2 and 3. Slip stitch into the top of the next block. Chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 double crochets into this space. 1. I'm losing my touch here. And 2. And 3. Then, last but not least, slip stitch into the top of this block. All right. So now, because we want to continue this way, not up, but this way to the right, going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3, turn the work, and slip stitch into this space here. Chain up 3. 3 more double crochets into that same space. Slip stitch to the next block. Chain up 3. 3 double crochets into the same space. Slip stitch into the next block. And then we have to work again to fill in this last block right here. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn the work. Slip stitch into the block. Chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 doubles into the space. 1 and 2 and 3. Slip stitch into the next block. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn the work, and slip stitch into the final corner. Ta-da! All right, so I'm going to snippy snip right here. Snip. And pull out my loop so it's nice and safe. So now we have 2 finished blocks. All right, so now basically from here, you can create a strip of these joined blocks to create the width or the length. I mean, really, whichever direction you're heading in, but you can create a really long strip of these blocks to create a full dimension of your piece. And then in the next part, I'm going to show you how to start creating the next tier, the next level, the next layer of your blocks so that you can make it as big as you want to. All right, give it more dimension, So listen, I really hope, as per usual, that you're enjoying this tutorial, and I absolutely love this technique, I must say. I do. And so give me a little thumbs up button down below if you're enjoying this. And do stay tuned for the next part of this series. I'd rather be thorough than, leave things out. So we'll be doing another video. And please hit subscribe for more. And until next time, I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, and above all, stay stitching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.